There's YT and... We had barbecue duck the other day. Nice. Alright, today I am tired, but other than that, I'm alright. How are you? Alright, we're now live on all the other platforms. Lovely. And then I will just do the pin message. I'll move so TikTok don't think I'm a bot. What is that? Oh, that's on the graphic. Okay, I'll do the pin message on YT because otherwise then the thing just looks all blue because of how long your messages are. Oh, fuck's sake. You can do the one on Purple though because it's different. Oh, for God, mate, I've had enough. I'm going to lose it. For whatever reason, YouTube takes like a moment to load up the pin message. So then you click the pin message, and then it like moves the remove message into where the pin message was. I don't know how to describe it. So you accidentally press the remove. Chicken Jockey, you have to follow to hear that sound, mate. Hello, TT. How are you? Good morning, mate. Just woke up. That's fair enough. That is fair enough, mate. Well, welcome to the world. Good morning. Got some random sugarcane here on the floor. Just going to move the microphone down. Right. Why is my TikTok chat not auto-scrolling? Also added a better TikTok. Sorry, I've also added the Purple Apps chat box, but a different one that stands out a bit more for TikTok and YT. So hopefully that stands out a bit more. So there might be the opportunity for people to see I'm on all platforms. Phone is almost dead. How does everyone have like almost dead phones? Do you not like do you not charge your phones? When I had like not so good battery, I just charged it overnight. So now I have a good battery. I don't have to prioritize things like that. But yeah, I don't get not having that. I'll tell you one thing we don't have, and I guarantee no mod has noticed it. Yeah, we don't have game audio. I'm on the ball this morning. Might be tired, but I'm on the ball. There we go. Now we have game audio. Mine's fully charged for night. Yeah, see, mate, Morphs, clearly not everybody has that level of intelligence, mate. It may just be, you know, well done, Morph. Clearly you've come with your brain on today, mate. But yeah, clearly not everybody does that, apparently. I know there's some people who are like afraid of charging stuff overnight in case it like sets fire or something. I've heard of dramas like that before, which I do find quite funny. The likelihood of that happening is like 1 in a million. Is that even then? If you keep your tech safe, I just think it's near on impossible. If that plug can bust, no thanks. Yeah, but if you look after your tech, it is so unlikely for things to catch fire overnight nowadays. Dejuxy, thanks to follow. I mean, if you're daft enough to use a plug or a charge that's not in good condition, I'm looking for my barrel here. There we go. Then, well, that's a bit of natural selection, but yeah, I've never been afraid of that. Hello, Jake. How are you, mate? Thanks for the follows, by the way, guys. Brand new from Apple. Then what are you afraid of, mate? It's not going to blow up. It's not going to combust. It's not going to set fire. It'll be fine. It will be fine. Close to a dodgy plug I have is my big JBL speakers that I have on my PC. The casings came off, so if you touch the plug when it's plugged in, like if the casing come off, I accidentally touch the plug and you get a bit of an electric shock, but a bit of electrical tape around the casing just to keep the case on has solved that problem nicely. Ding, ding. That doesn't stop me leaving that plugged in. Follow you, by the way. Come back from your 2 hours sleep. Thanks for saying my name. Well, I say everyone's name if you speak in chat. I don't tend to read out names that of just people who join the stream, though. I know some people do that on TikTok. I find that a bit weird, but if people speak, then yeah, I'll talk to you. Is this your farm? This is my farm / countryside. It's mainly being used as a countryside, but yes, it functions as a farm. So it goes all the way through here, all the way down there. My castle's up there. You can see one of the towers, and this is just the way to get to the temples, which will be there eventually. I just didn't like the random grassy hills, and also I didn't have a path, so it was annoying to traverse. So I've sorted the area out a little bit more now. Zane, welcome into the YT stream. How are you, mate? That's right. I woke up once and stood straight on a plug, and it went into my foot. Oh, that's awful, mate. I've never stood on a plug. I don't know how people do it, but I've heard of that. It's like, I imagine it's as bad as something like a Lego, but I've never stood on a plug. They're not, you know, I'm not sure how people do it really, but bearing in mind I've moved my setup around tons of times, so there's always plugs on the floor, and I've never done it myself. I love if the new Minecraft movie would have the line. What do you mean, have the line? What, I am Steve or something? What do you mean? Bacon blocks, welcome in, how are you? You play with mods? No, I play with Prisma Visuals. The mosquito in your room. Go on, mate. Go and get a whack. Go up to it and start sparring it, mate. Show it to your boss. Claim your territory. Don't let that mosquito make you a little bitch, mate. Go on, go up to it. But as painful as so many dinos, yeah, I'd imagine a lot of parents could probably relate to stand on stuff. Like toys, that is. And there's tons of film memes about it. Yeah, the only thing I've stolen before is Lego, and that's a little bitch. Never a plug, though. Never a plug. A subscribe, it's a cool stream. Thanks for subbing, mate. I can't always see if people sub. If you have your subscriptions on public, it does let me know. But if you don't, then it won't. It will keep it a secret. So I appreciate you for doing so. But yeah, it's not something I get informed by unless I show you subscriptions on public. Jeez, whenever you like break a lot of, well, I'll say a lot of leaflet. If you break like a batch of it, you end up having like stacks of leaflet. Proper inventory clogger. It's like when you harvest snow. Just thankfully this stacks up in 64 and not 16. Is it Hussein? Welcome in, how are you? And Zane, thanks for subscribing as well, guys. I appreciate that. We are getting quite close to the 3K mark. So that would be good to hit sometime soon. You also have that. Have what? Steve, I don't know. These redstone stuff, it's all just mumbo jumbo. You're confusing me, mate. I won't lie. You're on about redstone now, but then you was on about adding lines to Minecraft movie too. Yeah, I can't lie, mate. You're confusing me. Let's make it 11. What do you mean let's make it 11? How many people are in the YT stream, right? Welcome in, by. There's a lot of dogs spawning here, I've noticed. Just don't have any bones. That's, we had one there at the end of last stream as well. Not that I'm complaining, it's good to see animals. I was wondering, trader down here, see what he's got to sell. Or was this one that we brought the hay bale from? Well, brought emeralds for hay bales. This might be the same one. Yeah, it's the same one. Sick world, by the way. Thank you, mate. It gets a bit better up there. That's where my full castle is. But I appreciate... Fucking hell. What is that? What is that TikTok gift, mate? Jesus Christ. So random TikTok gifts have audio. What is that? I don't even know. I was looking around trying to figure out like what had been like playing. I just turned that down. What is that TikTok gift, mate? I say only 199 coins. That's not me being ungrateful. It's just like that made an absolute racket for 199 coins. I've had like 10k gifts that barely make a sound or do anything. And then I have this one, 199 coins. About deafened me head. That was loud, mate. You're telling me. It's a new gift, yeah. You no kidding, mate. No kidding. Thanks for the gift. I appreciate it. I'm not sure why it's so loud, though. As I said, I've had 10k coin gifts where they barely do anything. And then 199 coins, and it, like, about deafens my speakers. Now, again, that's not me being ungrateful. It's just I'm finding the irony in TikTok there. Is this a realm? No, it's just a normal world, mate. So people can join, but you have to add me. I've tried adding it as a round for the last month, and that's not even me over exaggerating. But because of the size of it, it just errors, so I've gave up with it, mate. What is my TikTok? I'm the same username everywhere. If you search up Brzndz on any social media, so with the Z's, you'll find me. Thanks to those that are liking the stream on TikTok, by the way. You're playing Ark Survival, nice. I've played a bit of Ark Survival before. Not the best of it. I was actually speaking about it last stream about me bullying dodo birds on it. But every other dinosaur seems to whoop my ass. So I've played Rust a lot more than I've played Ark, which is the same thing. Just remove the dinosaurs. But yeah, the most I've done on Ark Survival is bully a dodo bird. So yeah, take that as your selling point of this stream. How much time did it take you to build this world? I started it. Well, I thought I started it near the start of February, but based on my stream clips from the other day that I was checking, I was actually in another world then. So I think around the end of February is when I created this. I definitely created it before March, but I originally thought the start of February, but clearly not after seeing some clips. So yeah, sometime in February. Yeah, this is a new thing. I can't escape this. Is it something? It's kind of like some kind of Eurovision show, mate. It's on that level of badness. May just LARP the Dep Corpse skins in Rust. That's fair enough. What version of Minecraft do you play? Latest to Bedrock, so I'm on console. I always stream on console. I want to. So is that the only audio gift? Is that the only one I've got to be worried about, or is there multiple new audio gifts that I need to be worried about? Because it probably confused me as well. Because I was like, I don't remember that being a sound alert on Twitch. So I was like, where has that come from? And I was like looking around. To be fair, I have to admit, for a second, I thought somehow someone had managed to get into the PC and start playing stuff, which I know is possible. Very unlikely event, but I know it is possible. To do that kind of thing. But I was like looking around, I was like, yeah, it was only for a second, and then I saw the TikTok stream had this audio and voice on it, or like not voice, like graphic on it. I was like, oh, okay. Right. We haven't got any wheat down here, so I have to harvest the other areas. What's my username? It's in the pin message, mate. So if you look at your chat box, there's a message above, and it has my username in there. If you do !join as one word as well, it'll also give you a command, which that can tell you how to join as well. So whatever's easiest. Also, for those on TikTok, we're smashing the like button by the looks of it, which is good. Alright, the issue with like this bit of the farm is it's all on these one rows, which is not as easy to harvest. Oh, since last stream, if you've been in the Discord, you already know, but last stream I was moaning about not being able to complete that Black Ops 1 mission. I'll say moaning, that's the wrong word. I was saying basically that it was ridiculously difficult. I did manage to complete it. It took over 2 hours of attempting the same section of this mission over and over again. And I finally did it. I should have recorded the mic footage for anybody who like would have wanted to listen to it, but like when I say it was some of the stuff I was saying was very extreme. I was fuming. I was, as I said, when the nicest word I said was cunt, then you kind of know that the voicing was not very polite, should we say. TikTok mountain bike, welcome in. How are you? I mean, Caleb, you'd like it. Because you would probably think you'd probably be like agreeing with half of the comments, but yeah, honestly, mate, I was saying some really bad stuff because I was fuming. It was worth completing though. Like no amount of like money could have got me to go and complete it on a different difficulty because I'd already completed it on an easier difficulty before back in the day. So I was like, I'm either going to complete this or give up with it, and I'd committed that much time in doing this one mission. I was like, I'm not giving this up. I'm owing this another account. I've met a lot of Owens, but welcome in, mate. Welcome in. I've done another 2 missions since that on Black Ops 1 as well, and they had their hard moments, but nowhere near the level of that one. Katie, thanks for the follow. How many seeds do we have? Certainly quite a few more, really. Tell you what we could do is actually healing this sword at some point. I think it's because my armor's got looting. Not looting, mending. It's taken all the XP. Might have to walk around naked for a bit and then get some XP bottles. Not XP bottles, get some XP from mobs. Do I do any horror mods? No. I've recorded 2 videos of horror mods and just not edited them. They're just sitting on my PC for me to edit. Well, I say that. One of them is like partially edited. But I got sidetracked with the content, and then that content did well, so I did something similar to that content, and then that did well, so I did another video with that content, and then it's kind of snowballed for me doing that, but maybe I should re-record them and then do that. But yeah, I don't stream horror mods, and I don't plan to, but I have recorded some content on them, which was done because I kept getting requested it on YT. AK, oh, you're Trubbo. You're the guy I had to kick last stream because you killed someone. Because I unadded you after stream. Yeah, I'm aware of who you are now then, mate. You're the guy who decided to kill someone last stream. Well, not very nice, was it? I mean, to be fair, I also gave you a chance. I said if you gave him his stuff back, then you wouldn't have like been banned, but you didn't. So that was your call on that. To be fair. Emma, welcome in. How are you? He wasn't spam hitting you, mate. I'm not gonna argue with you. I've just told you that, but you know. Sim, thanks for the 5 roses. How many seeds have we got now? Made 3 stacks. This tree's a bit annoying. Won't be once like I don't need to get seeds, but am I Irish? No. Although, according to my DNA test I did at the start of this year, I have a lot of Irish in me, but no, I'm not Irish. I do like Ireland though. Ireland's a good place, and they make Guinness, so that automatically gives them some bonus points. I'm good. So how are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah, Zane, I don't really play mods, mate. I don't really play mods. The closest I got to mods recently was the horror mods, but I prefer vanilla Minecraft. I don't really do mods at all. And the only mods I've really done in my life is pick someone before the horror stuff. But that was a very long time ago. There's a lot. You don't be sorry. So a lot of people trying to play mods. Like I'd say, out of everything I get told to do on YT, that's the most requested thing. But Keegan, thanks for following on TikTok. I don't know. I just don't find mods that entertaining for Minecraft. There's a lot of games I don't mind modding, especially simulators, but Minecraft's not one of them. Can you find me? What do you mean, can I find you? Because you're not in the world. What do you mean? Oh, can I friend you? If you send me a friend request, I can accept it if you're planning to join. But I don't just add people for the sake of it. Oh, full inventory. I wish you could make wheat into hay without a crafting table. I understand not being able to make it into bread, but... Forgot to say, Trevor asked me if we're going to do another FPL this year because he really enjoyed it. Yeah, it will be done. They're just not started it yet. I checked it about, I don't know, a week and a half to 2 weeks ago. Unstable edits, you're more than welcome to join. My mod will put the join message in on TikTok for you. If you give that a read, you'll find out how to join. But yeah, the FPL League will be back. It's just they've got to set it up first. When I checked, instead a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, it was still not sorted just yet. So when it is, then it'll be set up. Is this a server? No, it's just a normal world. Yeah, I told him and asked he would be able to. But if he uses the same account and doesn't change it, then as soon as he makes a team, he should just be added to the league. Because if they do what they did last season, they just allowed you to recreate the league with all participants from the year before. And as soon as they create a team, they automatically get added. If they don't create a team, obviously they're not in it. But if you do, then it should automatically add him. If he uses a different account, yeah, he will need an invite. But if he uses the same one, he'll be in the league automatically once he creates the team. He's old, so doesn't really understand electric. To be fair, that's only a recent change anyway. Kendra, welcome in. How are you? What is FPL? It's basically for the Premier League, Football Premier League, you pick 11 players, you have like £100 million spend. And then each week, I'll call it ratings to simplify it. So if they score a goal, they get points. If they get an assist, points, clean sheet, you know, etc. And then that adds to your total. And then at the end of the year, basically there's a league format. And whoever tops it has pride, I suppose. I mean, some people will do like punishments and money. We don't do any of that. We have had a money league before. But yeah, we've... yeah, that's essentially it, really. There's not really much more to it than that, if I'm honest with you. There is a cup as well, but the cup's not till near the end of the season. And that's where you go head-to-head with someone. You don't actually have to do anything other than pick the team. Like bingo card players, I guess sort of. But that would imply more luck, whereas there is some luck in the FPL because you can't control what a player does on a weekend. But it's... obviously, if you have a bit more football knowledge than someone who doesn't, then obviously you have a bit more of a chance. That said, though, the luck element does factor in some points. I mean, I don't think Morph would be offended if I said that he's not the best person for football knowledge, and he won the cup not last year, the year before. So, you know, it's possible, even if you're not necessarily the biggest expert in the football department, to win something in the league or the cup. So yeah. Hello, Luminous. How are you? See you later. Omar Simpson. Eating glass while watching this is a vibe. I don't think eating glass is a good idea, mate, but that's a very TikTok-y message. You can also lose points as well, which is obviously where it differs from bingo. So if someone gets a red card or a yellow card, then of course they would lose points on that weekend. The smiley face, thanks for the follow. So yeah, that's pretty much what FPL is. There's other things you can use, like there's captaincy. So if you captain a player, they earn double points. And you also have things like bonus points for your bench. So you also have like sub players. So there's a few things to it, but in reality, it is as simple as you pick 11 players, slap them in your team, and then, well, yeah, voila. And then you just hope for the best. Obviously, if someone gets injured in real life, then you'll have to transfer them week in, week out. Which you have, depending on the week, you have 1 to 2 transfers. Sometimes you have more. If you do decide to take more than the given free transfers, then you get deduction on points. I think it's like 2 points a player. So, yeah. But it's just, we do it for a bit of fun, don't it? And obviously, because football and sports is always a big topic in my community, it's always been something that's been done for us for a good 4 or 5 years, I think, now. So far in your test creative world for your futuristic castle, I figured out the wall should be 115 blocks long and lookout tower should be 9 blocks on each side. Nice. Well, good luck with that, mate. Putting 3 Cov forwards in for the Arsenal game. I told you, mate, Cov Pot are going to win 3-0. For opening day of the season against Arsenal, Cov Pot 3-0 win. Trust me. I saw the script weeks ago. I did. Trust me, mate. Also, I'm good, thanks, Mr. Brand. Good. Zingerberg won the Yeah, Zingerberg won everything. He won the league and the cup. My dad was the first person to actually win both. No one's actually won the double header. Ding, ding, ding. I didn't really participate in much last year. It's one of them where, like, the year before last, I nearly won the title and then kept on forgetting for the last 4 or 5 weeks. So I bottled the title. I just didn't change my team, so I didn't gain as many points. Which then, when I went into the next season, I started off a little bit badly, then I had an alright kind of winter period. And then just in January, kind of like, kept on forgetting to do it. And I was like, never mind. It's like, I just enjoy watching it. So yeah, but I plan to maybe put a bit more focus on it this season again. Stevie boy, welcome in. How are you? Put it this way: end of the season with 4 players on each team on one team with City because of the January transfers. That's how you know I didn't change it since January. So yeah, with the FPL thing, I wasn't going to really bring it up yet because it wasn't ready. But as Caleb mentioned it, which isn't a problem, but as he mentioned it, then for those interested, then it will be back. Just they waited on the Premier League to actually enable it. And once it's enabled, we'll start. If you use your same account, you won't need to rejoin the league. You just need to create a team and you'll be in the league. Main block is quartz. That's fair enough. I think the one long-winded thing about this is like doing the water. What in the Tesco mobile is this song? I want the music on quiet, to be fair. I have all my things on quiet, turn them all back up. I got deafened by that TikTok sound alert, and now I'm on edge. I haven't heard this song in a very long time, though. And to be fair, I didn't even realise Tesco Mobile was still going. Good old Tesco Mobile. That was my first mobile sim, Tesco was. With a HTC phone that was like... Not even... It was like smaller than half the size of my current one. It was that small. Still have it somewhere. I don't actually get rid of phones. I normally just leave them in the tech pile. So that's been... I'm not sure it works. I doubt it very much. But if I put a charger up its ass, you never know. Alif, welcome in. How are you? Put a battery in it, probably would. I think the battery would be the thing that probably knackered. When it died a long, hard death, no doubt. That's a bit dramatic. It would have just died a while ago. I doubt that battery's still alright. I'm doing good, thanks, man. I'm doing good. Why do they want to keep their old phones? That's a good question. I know some people obviously trade them because there's a good second-hand phone market. And I've probably lost a bit of money over the years not doing it. Because you can always get, like, when you upgrade, probably like £100 at least for your last phone. Nowadays, if I try to transfer all them in, I probably wouldn't get much. But maybe for my last Samsung, I'd still get something decent. But because obviously I just don't trade them in, obviously I lose that. But if I trade them all in initially when I upgraded, they probably would have actually got something for them. Do I play mods? No, mate, no. That's what I mean about the mod question. I get asked it so much. No, I don't play mods. Revin, my day's been good. How is yours, mate? You say you've got Scottish blood. No, I have a lot of Irish in me from my DNA test. I have Scottish as well, but nowhere near the amount as Irish. The Irish thing was a bit of a surprise to me when I did it. I did the DNA test out of curiosity. The irony is I was in Portugal at the time when it came back. But, yeah, no, there's a lot of Irish in me. No idea where from, though. I can't tell you where from, but it is in me. But, other than... So, if we don't include YouTube questions, it is the most asked, am I Irish? Not that I hear any Irish accent or twang to me, so I think it's just people who insinuate all English accents to be the same, but I would say that has been the most asked question over the years. If we include YouTube, then for whatever reason, Americans seem to think Australian accents sound like British for whatever reason, but that's Americans for you. QWERTY, welcome in. How are you? I warn you, never declare war on both Scottish and Irish. Well, I'm going to be honest, mate. I'm not sure any world where the English would ever decide to declare war on the Scottish or the Irish. And definitely not at the same time. Definitely not at the same time, mate. A lot of the beef between, I say beef, I'm calling it beef is laughable. A lot of the beef in the British Isles, mate, is just blown up out of proportion. I guarantee if you decide to speak to any Irishman or Scottishman, they'll be perfectly like happy to have a conversation with you. The entire like beef in the British Isles is so blown out of proportion. Get out. What do you mean get out? You're in my stream. You get out. It's 3 in the morning. I ain't got much planned. I love that. What a response to Caleb. You have a UK friend. It's a girl. Well done, mate. Give yourself a medal. You're mostly Scottish, Norwegian, and European. Nice. I rate that. I want to go to Norway at some point. I've only been to Sweden and the Scandinavian countries, but I would like to go to Norway. I have a lot of, on my list of places to visit, a lot of places in Norway are on that. I'd like to do I'm not really interested in cruises, but there's a cruise that goes through the fjords in Norway, which I'd love to do. Oops. I'm trying to turn this light next to me. I'm actually press the wrong button. There we go. What if someone just said get out and then dipped? Man, I'm so baffled. That's such a random message. Is my brain malfunctioning? Because for real, I can't tell if you've commented on my comment. You said about your castle with quartz. Already did that, and then you said stream lag. If the stream's lagging, it's something on your end, mate. Just put the quality of stream down. I'm on a server. No, this is just a normal world. It is multiplayer, but I play on the world solo, so you're allowed to join, just not allowed to come over to me. Watch my saturation bar. Huh? Oh, my hunger bar. Can't say I've ever called it saturation bar before. I was a bit baffled by that statement. I was like, hey. I always refer to saturation as colour. So, when I heard that, I was like, what are you on about? Colour bar. But then you're on about my hunger bar. There we go, mate. I'm nice and full now. I'm nice big belly now, mate. Don't worry. We ain't gonna starve. It's all good, mate. You want to go to Paris? Fair enough, mate. I can't really comment. I've never been myself, but fair enough. Oh, we got a sub on YT. QWERTY, thanks for the sub on YT, mate. A-Leaf, thanks for the follow on the Purple app. The message was kind of late, though. I feel like I'm missing a couple of messages here, but I'm reading up and not. Because I think a few people are also speaking to Caleb as well. Was that? No, still. I thought it was not a water source anymore. Finland, you'd like to go. Louis, I'm surprised you haven't said France or someone like that, mate, given the fact that you've done nothing but support every country bar the UK during the World Cup, mate. You had the audacity to like watch the England game last night. I'm like, you've not even supported us all tournament, mate. No doubt on Saturday you'll be wishing the French win. That's a good point. Who's watching? Like to the English people in chat, really, because for other people they probably won't give a toss. But for the English people, who's watching the game on Saturday? I actually am curious about watching it. It's just that I can't be asked out till 10 PM to watch a third place game. The only thing that makes me want to watch it is I don't like the French. So, you know, beating the French would be nice. But how do you join? So you can do, there's 2 ways you can figure out. So do the words !join in the chat, send the message, it will give you a command. Or there's a pinned message above the chat box that's sent by me and it gives you my username to add. But either way, it's up to you. Brzndz, may I draw your avatar? If you want to draw my skin, mate, I don't own the rights to it. It's the fox skin in the Battle of the Beast 2 skin pack, if you want the files for it. It's not, I don't own the skin, mate. It's been out for years. But yeah, I mean, the cape's not part of it, but the skin is the fox skin in the Battle of the Beast 2 pack. So if you search up that, you can even see the files online, mate. But yeah, I don't own the rights to it, so if you want to draw it, go for it. I won't be able to stop you anyway. You're going to have crops for years, mate. Honestly, these farms are ridiculous, but it's mainly for looks. Like, I mean, if I show you my barrel here, like I am cooked with bread. I'm literally living on carbs. I do have carrots and potatoes there as well, but yeah, it's just mainly for looks, to be honest. So it is functioning as a farm, but I probably won't harvest it that much unless I have to. I need to make another farming tool. Come on, Spain, let's get a cup, BRB. I'm not working, luckily. I'm not fuming over the outcome. Might be going town. I was thinking about that last night, how many people bother going to the pub for the third place game. I mean, it being a Saturday helps because people would already be in the pub for Saturday night anyway, so I think that helps. I think if you like put it on like a Thursday night or something like that, I don't think people would bother. Here's a me last night with the England game. I wasn't too fussed about the final because I've not been too particularly interested in England all tournament because I don't think we've been that great other than the Mexico game. But I just don't like the Argentines. So that was the only thing that was making like me really interested in the game is because I don't like them. Wasn't that bothered about like making the final. It could have been a friendly against the Argentines and I'd have had just as much interest. Someone called Nibbles has added me. Who is Nibbles? A lovely name. Nibbles, who are you in the chat? Is that you, Alif? Nice. Right, Nibbles, I've added you back. Oh, I'd be Nibbles. I like that. I do like that name. Nibbles, before you join, if you could just read Ducky23's message, he has the world rules for you. Maybe add a few trees here and there. Well, that's what I've done on that side, but they were naturally, some of them were naturally there anyway. And I might do after I've done. It's just right now for the ease of building because of how sharp this hill is. It would just be easier to do it without the trees for now. I mean, this is sharp, but like it was even sharper before. I've had to terraform it to make it possible to make a farm here. So yeah, it's a bit of an annoying hill. I was going to leave it, but I just didn't like the look of the area. I can't read that name out loud, so I'm going to call you T8J. T8J, welcome in. How are you? I can't read the first part of your name out because TikTok will moan at me for reading that out. But welcome to the stream nonetheless. But yes, I can't read your name out. And Dux with a Z, welcome in. How are you? QWERTY, is this you that added me? I assume so. There's no one else called QWERTY, so I assume you're the QWERTY guy. There's a new guy at my work, and no joke, he looks like Peter Griffin. Oh, dear. Donut S&P, thanks for the follow, mate. I appreciate that. Do I play on Java or Bedrock? I play on Bedrock. So, yeah, Nibbles, make sure you've read Ducky's message about the rules. If you do break any of the rules, it is a straight ban just because there isn't many, so we are strict on it. I'm going to go sub now. I appreciate that, mate. Scurby Plays, welcome in. How are you? You did read the rules. Lovely jubbly. H3 Hand, welcome in, how are you? And Flynn, welcome in, how are you? How is everyone doing in the YT chat? There's quite a few new people in there that have joined just now. I subbed and you seem chill. That is always lovely to hear, mate. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. You don't really get more chill than making a farm on Minecraft, to be fair. It's kind of like... It's hard not to be chill when making a farm. All I'm doing is planting seeds. In my, secretly in my dad era here. Sarah, thanks for the follow. All I need is me tractor. Can I be honest, if you want? You British? I am indeed. No, fishing in Stardew Valley is not chill. Fishing in Stardew Valley is awful. It's a good mechanic, but it stresses me out. Can't enjoy. I need to add you back, Querty, to be fair. Give me a second. I was just making sure you were still in chat. There you go. You've been added back. Querty, if you could just read Dr. Ducky 23's message, he will tell you the rules of the world. When I asked to join, I had not thought of what I may want to do. Fair enough. I don't know, just do Minecraft stuff, mate. Build a house, all that kind of stuff. Go mining. That's what a lot of people do. Weekdays are normally quite quiet on the world. But when there's more people in on the weekends, people tend to work together. It's a weekday at the moment, so that makes it a bit difficult for you. How can you see the rules? Dr. Ducky 23 puts them in chat. So the guy with the blue name, he's the moderator. So he thinks he's the boss, basically. In reality, he sits there twiddling his thumbs most of the time. But if you read his message, he will tell you how to join. But yeah, he's like your typical manager at work. He sits there on his chair, spinning around. So, if you imagine someone like that, that is Dr. Ducky behind the screen. Gustas, thanks for the follow, mate. Mike, welcome in. How are you doing, mate? Welcome in. Apparently I'm unable to see your account. You've definitely been added back. Someone called It's Shadow has joined. I've not added an It's Shadow today, so I don't know if Shadow's in the chat. But Shadow, if you could speak in the stream, that would be great. If you don't, I'll have to put you on visitor. Give you a moment to speak. Mike, I'm doing good, thanks, mate. Is your world survival or hardcore? Just survival. I don't really play hardcore. I made a series on YT. I think it'd be cool to have another world just for hardcore, but I only play this world on stream, so I was like, I don't know where I'd fit that one in. Put restrictions on your account? Yeah, that might be why. Potentially. It depends what you're trying to do. Like, are you trying to view my account on, like, the Xbox app or just on Minecraft? If you're just trying to view it on Minecraft, it should be there. I don't think there's parental settings for Minecraft. I don't know. Someone's going to have to let me know if I'm wrong. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if there is. I've just never heard of them. I've heard of voice chat parental settings, but not for viewing accounts. I have a hardcore world for like 7 years. Fair enough, mate. Fair play. It's quite impressive if it's true. Jaden Llamas, welcome in. How are you doing? Oh dear. M plus J, I'm not interested in the Bible, mate. You know, it's lovely that you are, mate, but yeah, you know, it's 9:30 in the morning, mate. I've got better things to be doing than reading a verse from the Bible. So yeah, don't really think there's much more to say than that. To be fair, it's a nice conversation, nice and quick, straight to the point. How would you feel about joining SMP one day? I wouldn't. I ran my own SMP from 2018 till this January, so 8 years nearly. And I stopped that because I didn't want to run one. And then in terms of joining one, joining other people's worlds doesn't really interest me. Especially SMPs. SMPs are so temporary. I know there's some permanent ones out there, but I'm not interested in seasonal stuff. Like, there's only so many times I can restart Minecraft over the years. So if I found out every month or 3 months I'll be having to restart, I'm like, can't bother with that. Ivan, thanks for follow. It's not even like I can keep the save either. It's like, it's not even like, oh, they're reset, but then I can still get access to the work I've done. It's like, no, the world's gone now, so all that work I've done is pointless. So I've never really liked temporary SMPs, which is how most of them run. I've been offered, though. Like, I've been offered loads. I mean, my business email's flooded full of SMP invitations. And don't get me wrong, it'd probably be good to build my YT channel, I don't doubt, but I'll be building it doing something I don't enjoy, so long term I'd eventually just get sick of it and burnt out. Mango Lover, thanks for the likes. Kami Sims, thanks for the follow. How are you doing? I find your castle would have worked very well in a Forge Labs Game of Thrones event. Well, to be fair, the castle like has that kind of vibe, because when we found this hill, I said it had Game of Thrones kind of vibes, the hill, especially if you look at it from the other side. Not so much this side, but the other side it does. So it's not surprising you've mentioned that. I've heard of the Donut SMP. I've heard of pretty much most of the SMPs that are relatively well known, especially thanks to streaming. But yeah, none of them interest me. It's not a criticism of necessarily the SMPs themselves. It's just not how I enjoy playing Minecraft. The closest I'd get to joining one is one that didn't reset. But even then, I still probably wouldn't, to be honest. Mango, thanks for follow. You also run into, like, vibes of potentially if you meet people and then, you know, if them friendships, like, get tainted or whatever, or you have, like, a disagreement with moderators or admins, and then you get some BS removal from the SMP, which, with how censored people are nowadays and delicate, I think that's likely possible. I'm not in the mood for that. If I'm my own world, I know for a fact, no matter what, I can't have this taken away from me. So I just know the work I actually put in is going to stay there. What's my goal on this world? I don't really have one. I mean, obviously I have temporary ones that I set when I'm in the game, but there's no, like, set goal. It's not like I'm going to complete something to stop the world. At the moment, I'm just building, to be honest. Can you add me back? What's your username? I've been added by somebody called Bose Key, I think is how you say your name. Is that you? Gotta eat dinner, Flynn, enjoy your food. Yeah, that is your name. Nice one. Right, I've added you back. Boa, if you could just read Ducky23's message, he will tell you the rules to the world. QWERTY, I do have a Discord account. I don't add people on it. Prince, welcome and how are you? If you want to join my server, you can send your artwork there. But yeah, I don't add people on Discord unless it's someone I know in real life. So you can join my server and you can talk to me there, but I don't add people individually. Fika, thanks for the follow. So my mod can send the link into the chat for the server and you can talk to me there. That's more than okay. But yeah, unless I know someone in real life, I don't add them. And if I ever do it, it is very, very temporary and normally they get unadded at some point. It's not necessarily a personal thing. It's just something I decided to do at the start of this year. Trying to get down here about sun on crops. I knew I'd fail. Alright, let's put this wheat in here. Midday nap or an all-night sleep? I'm speaking to Dr. Ducky. Dr. Ducky, look at you, mate. Caleb is fully interactive in chat today. I love it. Caleb's like the tea lady. He's like, knows everyone, talking to everyone. I love it. That corner there, I didn't really terraform and it shows. We've already got a few rows here. We're an hour into stream. It's definitely possible to maybe get this done. You get paid tonight? Nice. That's the news everyone likes hearing, isn't it? Can you add me back? I've already added you back, Boa. I already said that, and then I said to read the rules from Duck Ducky. Will I make the back rooms? No, I'm going to be honest, I don't know much about the back rooms. Mango, you are more than welcome to join. My mod will put the join message in on TikTok in a minute for you. Thanks for 23k likes on TikTok, by the way, guys. But yeah, I don't know much about the back rooms, to be honest. Like, I know literally nothing. You hungry fox boy. Here is a double extra cheese, extra beef, melted cheese on top burrito, mashed potatoes with gravy, cool lobster, and a Coke. Nice. You remind me of Dan TDM. That is like the best compliment I've been given as a content creator in a long time. You've read the rules. I'm just joined, Bauer. You've been at the back, mate, so you can just join. Evan, I'm going to guess you're American, based on the fact you've just said... No, just the way you've worded that food. It sounds a little bit American. How do I join? You do exclamation mark join, or you can read the pinned message above the chat box. Can you check staff room, aren't they? Does your castle have a keep, or is it just walls and towers? If it has a courtyard full of buildings, which there's a video on my YT channel of a tour. I'm not sure what time, but near the end of near the last few minutes of the video is when I'd get to that part of the build. I don't get it. What you showing me in the staff room? I don't know what that means. FYI. So if that name means something, that name I don't know what that means. If you just change the name just to QWERTY instead of all the other bot things. Yeah, the daft one. Yeah, just change it to QWERTY, not the. I'm going to go just wanted to say that. That's all good, mate. But I appreciate the compliment. Being compared to Dan TDM, like, I mean, I'd rather be compared to Dan TDM than most content creators. What's my favourite colour? Red or like a lilac purple. Anything like that. To be fair, any kind of light purple as I like. But yeah, red or light purple. Excuse me. What mods are you using? No mods. The only thing that's on is a resource pack, which is Prisma Visuals. Pookie OG. I don't add people for the sake of it. So if you're planning to join, then you obviously will be added. But if you can't join for a few hours, then just add me when you actually can join. So you're more than welcome to join and things. It's just that I won't add you until you actually are joining. Just because I don't want my friends list full of people. Because a lot of people who may say they're going to join, then don't. So I only really add people now who, right before they join. How do I find a good seed? You're asking the wrong person because I just load a world and then play on that world no matter what the seed is. So I don't go quitting and building it, find a new seed. I just play on that seed, mate. So... yeah, you're asking the wrong person. There's plenty of videos online, though. It's not how I play. But the thing is, I think I said this a few weeks ago. Any seed is good. Just Lumi. Thankfully, I am not scared of that one. So unlucky there. But thank you for the 1,000 biddies. Any headphone users, I apologise. One of my Purple App viewers has just decided to... say, send something very loud. So I do apologise for the headphone users. Sinister, welcome to the Purple App. Where have you come from? Because your names, we've not got anyone called Sinister on the other places. The animations come from Prisma Visuals. Yeah, Prisma has actions built in. So you can have it without. You can turn them off, but you can have them with if you wish. That scared me so badly. Lumi, mate, someone's new to the Discord is trying to fill in the Discord information and has just shut themselves thanks to you, mate. But yes, yeah, I apologise on behalf of Lumi for if anyone did get scared on the other platforms because of that naughty noise. Yeah. Lumi, thanks for the 1,000 videos. You seem to succeed at scaring everyone else, that's for sure. Sinister, if you wanted to join there, welcome to the Purple App. Do exclamation mark join. So exclamation mark and then join. And it will give you the command information. You've added me. Boa, you keep telling me you've added me, but I've already added you back, buddy. I've already added you back. So, there's nothing else I can do from my end. You just need to join. Lumi, we don't want the chicken dance, bro. Lumi, we don't want the chicken dance. I know I'm making a farm here, mate, but there's no chicken pen here. There is no chicken pen here. Oh, you've not played it twice. Oh, Lumi, get in the bin, bro. Get in the bin. This sound alert thing looks hella stretched, but I don't know if that's only on my screen. Like, the overlay looks so stretched. That's all pulling it from either side. Not sure why Mel has done that. I need to sort that out. My goddamn ears. Chat, is the audio too loud on the purple app? Do I need to turn it down because the red app would be hearing at the same volume? I don't want things like chicken dance to be deafening them. I've turned it down by a few decibels. I've turned it down by a few just to tweak it, so you shouldn't get deafened by a bunch of chickens. Louis, I appreciate the biddies. Denny's, welcome in. How are you? Thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate that. We're getting very close to 20,000 followers on the purple app now, which is lovely. Right. Honestly, I was about to blame Morph for that. I was about to blame Morph. Only because I saw Morph put a message in just before, and that is Morph's signature. It was not Morph. If anyone's hearing these sounds, by the way, they're just from the purple app. People are essentially giving money to play these alerts. So if you're wondering where they're coming from, I'm streaming on other platforms, and that's where they're coming from. So yeah. If you are wearing headphones, I do apologise. May I join? You're more than welcome to, mate. If you do ! Join, it will come up with a command, and then you can see all the information you need. It's in the pinned message as well on the chat. When people add me, by the way, please let me know, just so I am aware of it. Sometimes people add me and the notifications don't come through, so just let me know when you've added me, of course. Can you send me Game Pass? My advice would be to get a job, and then you could buy your own Game Pass at that point. Link, thanks for the follow. And then if you're below the age of 13, so you can't get a job, then you can always ask your parents to do stuff to get like pocket money, and then you can fund it yourself, mate, as well over time. You know, just an idea. They may not say yes, but just an idea, mate. You know, you've got to like think with the bigger head, mate. Think with the bigger brain.
Chicken jockey.
How can you actually earn some pennies? Anyone could just join, correct? I don't have an issue. As long as you follow the rules, I'm not bothered. If you want to join and you're just a chill individual, I don't care. Lumi, I can't lie, I thought that came from from TikTok, so I only missed the bits. But thanks for the biddies. You're lagging a bit. Put down the quality of stream. We're streaming 2K, so chances are you could be trying to watch in 2K, and that could be the problem. Put it down to 1080 or 720. But PSN does mean PS. You don't have to add me on PlayStation, though. It's up to you. So if you do tags, you get my PlayStation, my Microsoft, which is also my Minecraft. And then there's also the CODs thing there, but CODs are relevant. So you can add me on Minecraft or PlayStation. It's up to you. If you're on PS4, then just add the PSN then. The PSN just means PlayStation. So yeah. You can add me there. That's probably the easiest way to join, because I also play on PlayStation. So Lumi, you're a troll. Thanks for 50 biddies. That's twice I fell for it on TikTok. Like, R300 random for Java bed. What do you mean, Zane? Don't know what that means. Lumi, I appreciate a bit, so big love for that. I don't think my YT channel is agreeing with you, though. I don't think they appreciate it, but I think they're probably a bit annoyed with you. But what's your username? If you do ! Tags, so ! And then tags, it gives you every single tag that's relevant. So you just need to read the tag that's relevant to you. So it gives you my PlayStation, gives you my Microsoft, which Microsoft is the same as Minecraft, which not a lot of people understand that for whatever reason. The COD one doesn't matter because we're not playing COD. But it gives you my PlayStation, it gives you my Microsoft, which is my Minecraft. So whichever one you need is there. Can I join? Milky, you're more than welcome to join. You just need to read the pin message, which is above the chat box. Or you can do !join. Also, welcome to the stream. Caleb, I did not need to read that at 9:45 in the morning, mate. I don't want to hear that banana song ever again. You think you've requested it. If you added me on PlayStation, I've not been added, mate. Is it PSN? It depends what you play on. That's what I'm trying to get at. So, guys, you're asking me a lot of questions that I'm already answering. I can't keep repeating them. So, the easiest way for me to answer your question is, what do you play on? If you play on PC or Xbox, then add my Microsoft or my Minecraft, which is the same thing. If you play on PlayStation, then add me on PlayStation. Simple as that. I mean, my username's the same on all the platforms, so it doesn't really bloody matter. But if you, whatever you play on, just put the username in. The username's the same on Minecraft or PlayStation, so it doesn't really matter. You can't find me. Then you're doing something wrong. But yeah, I won't keep on saying the same things over and over again, guys. I've already explained 2 or 3 times. And I've got into detail. I can't keep on saying it over and over again. Because the only other step I could take is doing it for you, which is obviously impossible. Someone's added me on the Xbox app, though. You don't fight, I can assure you I'm definitely on PlayStation, mate. Can you TP me? No, because people aren't allowed. Well, there's 2 reasons. People aren't allowed over to me anyway, and we don't have cheats on, so you can't be TP'd even if I wanted to. But people aren't allowed over to me. This is my solo world. I let people join. You can work together as a group if you want. But yeah, you're not allowed to come over to me, mate. Did it. Thanks to follow on TikTok. You are actually a YouTuber. I mean, if you make a video on YouTube, then you can class anybody as a YouTuber, to be fair, mate. Unknown, thanks to follow. How are you doing, mate? Someone called MS or MSC Racing 1 has added me. Is that you, Denny's? Right, you've been added now, mate. Right, Denny's, just read Ducky23's message. He will tell you the rules of the world. If you just read that message, that'll be grand. Unknown, thanks for liking the stream. Alpha, welcome to the YT stream. How are you doing? And Fez, I'm not sure how to say your name. Welcome to the Purple app. How are you? No idea how to say your name. Joe, thanks for the follow as well on TikTok. Who died? Somebody in the world. Fez, thanks for the follow on the Purple app. Another step closer to the 20k. So yeah, Danny's, just read Ducky's message. He has the rules. Vamp, thanks for subscribing on YT. I appreciate that. How long have you had the world? Looks good, thank you. It's we've had it since the middle of February, roughly. Middle of February, end of February, sometime around there. There's a big castle up there. You can see one of the towers. There'll be temples there, and this is the countryside. But yes, I appreciate that. We've done the Warden, done the Wither. Got Elytras, so done a decent amount. No, the rules aren't a command, Denny's. The rules are not a command. So you need to read Dr. Ducky23. He's a moderator in the chat, which you'll put the message in again since you've missed the first one, and that explains the rules. So you'll put them in again. How do you add the tags? It depends. Well, just put the username in. I'm not sure why I keep on saying acting like the usernames are different. Just put the username in, mate. The username is in the tags command. Whatever you play on, just put the username in. The username's the same whether you're on PlayStation, Xbox, or PC. It doesn't matter. My username's the same everywhere. So just put that one in. Just put the capitals in as well. Some people don't put the capitals in, which I think also doesn't help. But if you put the capitals in, that will also make sure it works. Yep, no kill, no stealing, and don't come over to me. They're pretty much all the rules. The only other rule we rarely have is stay in stream when you're on the world, just because we have a lot of trolls when people leave the stream. I don't know why, but that's the only other thing. Where do you put the username? Like, first of all, no for the caps, but what do you play on? Because then it'd be different. If you're on PlayStation, you'd go to the friends list and add friend. On Xbox, you'd do the same. On Minecraft, you would go... This is the only thing that I don't really know because I don't add people on Minecraft. You'd probably go to the social page, and I imagine there's somewhere add in here, mate. It just takes forever to load. How long have I been streaming? Today, an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, somewhere on the social feeds. I mean, I've got friend request this. There'll be somewhere on your social feed to add people, mate. If you're adding on Minecraft. Why can't we use caps? You can use caps, just not in the context that he is. Like, if you're asking me a question, you put it all in caps after me answering it 2 or 3 times. I'm not likely to take that in the right way. Dino, thanks to the rose. It's quite a common thing as well on Twitch to not allow caps. Like, whole cap messages have been a rule for as long as I can remember. I can't really read that. I'm going to read the last bit of your name, just in case TikTok takes it the wrong way. But Rusta G, thanks to follow. I would read out the first part, but TikTok gets very annoying with certain phrases. So I now don't even say anything that could be remotely questionable. Show what text you have on. It's just Prisma Visuals. Energy, my user is Eerie Winner. Yeah, I've got you. Someone called Noobington has added me, but nobody's told me they're called Noobington, so I'm just going to leave that one there. Eerie, you've been added, though. If you read Ducky23's message, he has the rules. Obviously, for those that are joining, do make sure you read the rules, because if you do break them, it's a straight ban, because we don't have many. So if somehow you can't follow them, then, well, you're never going to be able to follow any rule, really. We probably have some of the least amount of rules on most Minecraft worlds. Most streamers will have an entire essay for you to agree to on the rule department. Hello, Oreo. Ah, Noobington, there you are. For some bizarre reason, your name has not been standing out. I think it's because you've got a yellow profile picture, which a lot of the Verity bots have. So I always, ignore yellow now, I think. No, it's not called that, Kiki. I can't read that message out just in case. Noobington, I've added you back now, mate. My apologies on the delay. Thanks for your patience. Obviously, as I've said to other people, make sure you read the rules before you join. In summary, guys, don't rob, don't grief, don't kill anyone, and then ultimately don't come over to me. You're more than welcome to work with each other. Just don't come over to me. People come over to me, you get straight kicked. There's no second chance. There is no excuse. We do allow regular viewers over here, so if you do become a regular, you are allowed over here, but that takes a bit of time. Jelly, thanks for the follow. How are you doing, Jelly? Is it like a city or village? I can't tell you coordinates, but I know a lot of people have made different civilizations and stuff in the world. Your weekend, if you join at the weekend, it's your best bet to find them. Apple user, thanks to follow, because that's when more people join. But there are people who do like making civilizations together. I mean, you can make one yourself if you want, but as to where they are, I don't know.
Hello there.
So yeah. What's the name to add as friend? Exclamation mark tags. One thing I'm going to start doing as well. And I was thinking about doing it before, but as we have some people keep defining the attack rule and ruining other people's games. We'll start doing
Hello, how are you? I am under the water.
Pickle, thanks to follow.
Please
If anyone
me.
does want to
You're
attack
too much
each other, like do a
reading.
1v1, just let me know and I'll give you your attack perms back. But both players will have to agree to that 1v1. Deez, thanks for subscribing on YT. If anyone does so on YT, do let me know. If you don't have your subs on public, then I won't find out because YouTube keeps them private. But if you do subscribe, I appreciate it. And same if you follow. Some follows now get secreted on Purple app for whatever reason. And if you do follow or subscribe, make sure you turn the noti bell as well. Then you'll know whenever I'm live again. Your friend there is... Oh, okay, nice. You and Burrow friends, nice. Deez, I'm glad to hear you're doing good. Lumi, I'm not... I was a bit too busy to do the whiteboard right now, but for your 1,000 bits, what colour do you want on the whiteboard? Need need to go harvest some seeds. You want purple? Nice. I'm just going to bin the leaf litter. Been added by someone called Normal Chain. I'm not sure who that is. If you let me know who you are. It says the pack to download. You don't have to download it. You can click continue. And it will just load into the world without it. If you're trying to find somebody in the world, just put your coordinates in the chat. That's probably your best bet. The locator board doesn't really have a colour system. I mean, it does, but like not one that you can figure out who's who. So your best bet is to do coordinates, so you could easily find someone. I was about to call that person Bim. Bim Boss Trap. Welcome in. How are you? Thanks for the follow. I read your name completely wrong. Accept friend request. What's your username? Can I join your world? You of course can, mate. It's in the pin message, which the pin message is just above your chat box, or you can do !join. Who is the guy called X and then a bunch of numbers? Is that somebody in the stream who has a different... Ah, this is MS Racing. Nice. Okay, nice. Just wanted to know who that was, because the Microsoft name shows up. If I don't add someone on that, I don't always know who it is. Your Normal Chain, nice. My brother, I know where your mind is at. Because I always try and shorten down the name. Just the issue is sometimes, on the odd occasion, shorten down the name could not be such a good thing. Hello, Rust. How are you? Jack, you know I was on about how I get loads of business emails about SMPs. I kid you not, there is one here that is literally just emailed me about joining an SMP. It's you know, I think is I try and get back to a lot of them and say no and things and explain why, so I don't seem rude, but I get so many. Like, it honestly, I kid you not, how many emails I get from SMPs. I'd say on a weekly average between 5 and 10, and most of the time I don't even know who the person is, and it's probably just some random SMP, but there are occasionally some that do actually have some kind of content behind them, but it is rare. I apologize. I know you've said it a few times, but how do you find the rules? My moderator puts them in the chat. Because TikTok is like really funny with things like commands and things, we just tend to let the mods do all the explain on that. So if you want the rules, my mod can put them in the chat. But we tend to only put the rules in when someone is joining. So when you've added me and all that, then we put them in the chat. Just so it's quite like a step-by-step basis. Speaking of the mods, on the last YT video we uploaded on Tuesday, the mods got bullied by somebody. Someone said max prestige players are Discord mods, which is basically insinuating that the Discord mods don't touch grass. And if you've seen any Discord mod memes, you'll know what that person's getting at. which I did find funny. If you go on the latest COD video on the Brzndz Plays channel, it will you'll see the comment. Did make me laugh. Please don't spam too much, guys. Is the username the same on here? My mod can put my username in. It's not the same as my TikTok. I'll tell you what, we have something to talk about on TikTok. I meant to mention to start the stream. So I've changed my profile picture on TikTok. And changing it to this specific image has nearly tripled. In fact, it has tripled now. It is over tripled my TikTok views on my stories. Which I have to admit, I did not know that was going to happen, but it's been certainly a masterstroke in the game plan. I normally got, because TikTok stories, apparently they're really good, but I don't think they are that much, to be honest. I usually got between 30 and 40. 40 on a good day on TikTok story views. On this right now, there's sitting at 105 on the post from yesterday evening. and that was the first story I've posted since the change in profile. So yeah, that was a bit of a W choice. Mate, see the notification is for a library. To be fair, I searched up before on TikTok. I was like, can I do this without like having a strike on my account? And I can. So I was like, oh, okay, lovely. I was like, well, you know what then? Let's go for it. And well, I'm definitely not changing it if them numbers continue. If it gets me like over triple views on stories, mate, fucking, it's definitely staying like that. So yeah. Why should I stop? Well, why should you stop spamming? That's a bit weird spamming it, mate. The beginning add on Minecraft, the username is also unknown. Lovely stuff. It's always nice when people have similar usernames, so sometimes I have to like ask around, like, who is this, who is that? But it's always nice when somebody has a similar username. Why is your message double sending? I think the double send is on your side. It's not coming through on in the chat as double sent. Username is almost the same on most similar players. Yeah, I like that. I rate that. How many seeds do we have? So we have half a stat there. Y'all remember GTA? No, I forgot about GTA, mate. I hit my head and forgot about one of the biggest games of all times. Speaking of GTA, I had an update on Tuesday, which I need to actually load in to do, because I don't own it now. I don't own whatever that heist is. Although I think the heist is connected to the mansion, so I think I do own it. I don't know. I need to go watching some GTA update videos to find out. Vance, welcome in. How are you? Welcome to the YT stream. What's with this farm? Because it's so new. A lot of the farm is inconsistent on growth. Down there, it's not bad. There we go. Oh my god. Forgot there's this bit of a steep drop there. I don't want to land on the crops. We're 9 days away from 1.1k on the game. Still a very, very long way before we get to the last world. I mean, we're only at 1/25th of the total age of the last world. Ooh, I've missed the row. Oh no, I've not missed the row here because that's the campfire in it. Although doing that back there should be pretty weak. Well, if we're just exploring and come across you, you're very unlikely to accidentally come across me. I'm very far away from things like the spawn. And even if in some world that you do stumble across me, just continue on. And at the end of the day, I'm not that, like, daft on it where, like, if I saw someone in the distance, I'm not going to be like, oh, you're banned. But honestly, I've not seen anybody stumble across me accidentally. The only people who have came here is intentional. So, if in some world that you do accidentally come over here, just continue on and then it won't be a problem. But yeah, it's not happened yet. So trust me, don't worry about it. That's a big field of wheat. It is, mate. It is. It's for countryside. We've nearly actually finally done this farm, which I'm happy about because this one here has been a bit tedious because the hill isn't very nice to work on. Fair enough, just a random thing that came to mind. Now, some people have asked it before, and it's something I've thought about as well. But yeah, I went very far away, and getting to me isn't easy anyway. There's very difficult biomes and annoying biomes to traverse. So, Yeah, don't worry. And to be fair, in the future, people are allowed to come over to me. So regular viewers, which we class as somebody who watches 3/4 of the streams in a month, they're allowed over here, and they are allowed to build over here if they wish. So it's not like I'm fully strict on it. It's just I don't want like randoms coming over and ruining stuff, which 9 times out of 10 when someone comes over, that's what they try and do. Ding, ding, ding. Right, we're nearly at the peak of the hill. Oh, that should have been my wheat beforehand, but never mind. Oops. What likes have we had TikTok now? We're at 39k likes on TikTok. Go on, lads. I appreciate that. Been really good on YT and TikTok today. Right, let me just go make another farming tool. I need to kind of try to get into a party to be able to talk to each other, but I think someone's struggling with that. Yeah, I've not seen people try that one yet. Right, anyone want some wheat, chat? Like, shall I give some wheat into the chat and claim yourself a stack of wheat? I want so much wheat. Probably shouldn't say that because someone's probably going to think, oh, they can come over now. Yeah, you can add me on Xbox. You can add me on anything. So my Xbox name is the same as my Minecraft name. So that's probably easier because adding on Minecraft is glitchy. So I never advise it. I allow it if people really want to. I just don't advise it. But yeah, adding me on Xbox means the likelihood is you won't run into any glitches. Because a lot of the time people will join. And if they ever leave in the future and then try and rejoin, they can't see the world. When you add me on Minecraft. I don't know why, but if you add on Xbox, it gets rid of that problem. I should have like an Enderman profile picture. Some request. Why is like the Spanish version coming up for this song? No, there's no version. Yeah, unknown. I've got your friend request. There we go. I found the English version. For whatever reason, it wants to play the Spanish version. I don't know why. Oh, it's this song. I don't know this song's a TikTok. Someone called Tin Slinky has added me as well. Don't know who that is in chat. Oh, unknown, I've added you so you can now join. I think you already know the rules anyway. So you're just okay to join. But someone else added me. But yeah, if anyone in the chat is called Tin Slinky, you've added me, but not let me know. I can add you back. Your parcel is due to be delivered today. I've not even ordered a parcel. I'm having a bit of a senior moment here, chat. According to Royal Fail, I've got a parcel coming today. I don't know what I've ordered. Yeah, I'm being deadly serious. I don't know what I don't know what I've ordered, but something's coming today. Not sure what. Don't worry, I'm good with rules. The most you'll ever hear me is death. So that's fine. That's always good to hear. It's actually like music to my ears because some people just see the rules and they're like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. That is a lovely view. Hello, Oliver. How are you doing, mate? Welcome in. Imagine having a senior moment. That's kind of getting on a bit now, mate. Brain's getting full up of information. I generally don't know what I've ordered, though. It might... No, I don't know. I mean, it could be something from YT, but I doubt it. Because there'd be a letter if it was. It wouldn't be anything specific. I'll quickly sleep so you guys don't get slaughtered by mobs. Also, kind of for my own benefit as well. No, they've had to understand you've put effort, so I respect it. Nice. Lovely stuff. Okay, cheers. How are you? I'm doing good. Oh, a bit tired from last night, but other than that, I'm doing good. 50-50 mood. What's upset you, Oliver? Or who's upset you? It could be a person, I suppose. But I'll say what's upset you. I'll be more positive about it and not insinuate it's a person. That was a short song, wasn't it, Kiki? We've already gone to another song. Same artist, though. I don't know his artist because of TikTok. I'll see where this goes. There we go. For some reason the word isn't coming up for me. It was and now it's not. Maybe doing that thing where I have to leave and rejoin. I would say you could try resetting your game, but sometimes it requires me to leave and rejoin occasionally. I don't know why that is either. For those in the world, I'm just going to leave and rejoin to see if that fixes it. Don't worry, the world's literally be up in like 30 seconds, but I'm just going to quickly leave, rejoin. One of those moods at work today. Some people off today, not talking to many people at work. Only some people are actually. Oh, fair enough. To be fair, everyone's. I would say not that they excuse anything, but I imagine a lot of people are in the mood because of England last night, which probably doesn't help with. I imagine work today for most folk, for people who like care about football. I imagine everyone's in a bit of a mood without for no other than that's the only thing. Animal Playtime, welcome. How are you? But Oliver, I hope for the rest of your day is not too bad. I was not paying attention to what happened. I'm just resetting the world. Sometimes I have to reset it because sometimes the world doesn't appear for people to join. It's been a weird glitch for a while, but it might not be the problem, but at least if I reset it, then I can say it's not if it then still doesn't work for people. But the world's back up now. It only takes like 30 seconds to reset. It's not very long. Zylo, how did I say your name? Zyo, I'm cool, yeah. Thanks for the follow. I'm just shorting your name down. And Connor, thanks for the follow as well. Most people at work are Argentina fans bragging about it. To be fair, I was expecting last night to have more people in my DMs bragging about it, but the only people or person, Roadstar, welcome in, how are you? I hope you're having a good day. The only person I have in my DMs is some random Welsh person on TikTok who messaged me and he said, "Way." Like W-E and then like 5 Y's after. Don't even know who he is. I just knew he was Welsh because they did that C-Y-M-U-R, whatever it stands for. I don't know. But yeah, that was it. I don't know who he was. A guy called Mason from Wales. But yeah, that was it. So yeah, I've not really had many people bragging about the England thing last night. But I think it helps. Like I wasn't saying anything like it's coming home or anything like that. And I wasn't really that impressed by England other than the Mexico game. So I think that it helps because I wasn't really making a big deal about the game anyway. Or as anyway, I think. Yeah. It's come up now. Nice. That is lovely to hear. I had a feeling that might work. Z-Tor, thanks for the follow, mate. If you're having a good day. Pub at half time playing Free Lions. They said what they have to do it 0-0. In all fairness, that's a pub though. Like you got to create some kind of atmosphere there. And to be fair, last night we were fine until we sat back. So I think it would have been we went 1-0 up if sorry, not Forest fans, if football fans were getting a bit excited, then I actually think for a change it was valid to get excited because in reality we looked pretty fine last night. Until after the 1-0. Still watching the final though. I'm not really sure who I want to win. I'll probably say Spain because I don't like the Argentines, but I'm not really that bothered. I just hope it's a good game. Because it's Argentina and Spain, I'd imagine I expect it to be a bit feisty. So as long as it's entertaining for me as a neutral, I'm not really that bothered. England does the same every time as soon as score slack off. Yeah, that was the issue under Southgate. I didn't want Southgate to go. I personally thought he deserved another shot at the dice. But a lot of people wanted him to go because of that. And they weren't wrong. But the issue is if you're going to get a guy in to replace him, then you expect something different. And he just did the exact same thing. So, I mean, I kind of... It's a weird one for me, like, because I don't care too much about England and prefer club football. I was kind of happy it all flopped because I didn't want Southgate to go. I didn't like Tuchel, and I didn't think we've been playing that well all tournament other than the Mexico game. So I was like, well, you got the last laugh, really. You wanted Southgate gone, and you didn't get a good enough replacement, really. Hey, welcome in. How are you? Thanks for following. I appreciate it. Is Bedrock support on the server? It's not a server. This is just a normal world, and it's a world on Bedrock. So, yes. Something's going on with the mob heads. Oh, it's just Prisma Visuals haven't really made proper baby mobs yet. So you know how in Minecraft there's baby mobs? Prisma Visuals haven't really sorted that out yet. So if you see a big-headed mob, it's just a baby mob. So I personally think they look funny. But yeah, if you see a baby mob, it's just got a big head. Some of them they have updated. I have seen the odd baby mob running around. It's a lot better than when they were first released. But yeah, most of them have big heads. Yo, bro, I want to tell you something. Are you ready? Green apple. Nice. I not really sure what to say about that. Am I lost on that? It probably means something here. Probably missing something there, to be honest. Told mate France would lose and Argentina would win. The argument I was wrong, guess wasn't. I didn't think Argentina would win, and to be fair, had we not sat back, they wouldn't have. France losing though, I thought France were lucky to get to the semis. I didn't think they'd played well all tournament. I had Spain or Brazil to win the World Cup, and Brazil got knocked out, so it's just down to Spain now. Oh no, Kiki, you know all these? I don't know what this is, mate. There's some other social media thing that I've been living under a rock with, probably, no doubt. Clearly not a good thing, whatever it is. Mini Gifo, welcome in. How are you? Shader name, it's just Prisma Visuals, mate. Someone called Epic Dude Sauce has added me on Xbox. If you let me know who you are, I can add you back and you can join. Really surprised at how much I'm enjoying AC2. Definitely not slinging my controller around at some missions. The mechanics do get better as like video games improve, mate. Don't worry. But AC2 is one of the best games ever released, so I'm not surprised you're enjoying it. But yeah, the mechanics do get better. Trust me, mate. I'm good, but what is PSN? PSN is if you're adding me on PlayStation. If you don't play on PlayStation, then it's irrelevant. You just need the Microsoft, which is Xbox. It took me to the Hive. I'm a little confused. The world won't take you to the Hive. I don't know how you've managed to end up in the Hive. The Hive's a server, but it's not connected to my world at all.
Can I pick that dog? No.
Cole, welcome in. How are you? If you're wanting to join... It's in the pin message, mate. You're on PC Bedrock, so just add me on Minecraft then, mate. My Microsoft name is the Minecraft name. So Microsoft is Minecraft. A lot of people don't understand that when it comes to Bedrock. I don't know why, but yes, the Microsoft name is my Minecraft name. They're the same thing.
Hello there.
I hope so. I might have to slack it off. Yeah, you have to kind of put it in perspective, Caleb. When AC2 came out, then mechanics were good. It's just that nowadays we've had a lot of improvements in the gameplay department. So the mechanics, obviously, you're not used to older games. So obviously a bit weird. I can try and invite you, but I don't like doing invites just because of how long this social page takes to load. But it's where I can make a cow brew faster than this social page takes to move. I would say, though, most of the time an invite doesn't work. I mean, it might work for you, but a lot of the time, issues people are having is nothing that an invite would fix. But I've invited you anyway, so you never know. But to be fair, the combat I prefer is just awkward jumping and climbing. Yeah. In all fairness, the only thing I would say is don't expect like jumping and climbing and all that to be like amazing. It's always going to be a little annoying and goofy because you're just not doing the action in real life. So yes, it does get better, but there'll be times even on modern games where you're like, I didn't want you to do that, and you end up like jumping off something. Like that happens in all Assassin's Creeds. Even on like Black Flag Resync, there's times where I'm like, you know, why are you doing that, mate? But that's just like, it's not really something you can really program in because it's technically programmed correctly. It's just how games are in terms of like, if you're not looking the exact way, then the computer's going to think that you mean to do something that you don't mean to do, if that makes sense. Graphics are nice. Cheers, mate. It's Prisma visuals. Need to change your controller layout for Origins. I forgot to play it. It was all over the place. That's my issue with like AC games. Or like any game with AC. If I take a break from AC, it takes me a day or two to get really back in the flow. Definitely with combat. Like, it takes me ages to, especially after playing Senua's Sacrifice. That, because of how different them controls were, jumping into Black Flag took ages to really get back in the flow. What's my user? Cole, it's in the pin message. So the pin message is above the chat. Or you can do ! Join and send it into the chat and it will give you a command. You're in. Nice. Let's go. Problem solved. Social 2 has added me. I'm not sure who that is. If I am missing anyone's messages, by the way, I do apologise. I am reading 3 different chats at the moment. And if I'm having a conversation with somebody that might take a while, so for example, it's talking about other video games there, you may just have to wait a while before I reply. But I will get round to it. What's your user I'm in? I doubt you're in, Cole. No one out new has joined since the last person I've invited. Got soft look behind the wall the other day. I thought it was funny. Mummy of old game stuff. That's another thing. You can easily get glitched. I think I've got a clip of it and I'll plan to upload it to YT Shorts. I was swimming underground, under the water trying to get a chest. I ended up in like glitched into coral and died because I couldn't get out. And that's in a game that's just released, so trust me, it doesn't get much. It's not even bad, really. Like I kind of think some people pick up on it and think, "Oh, another glitch in a Ubisoft game." I think it's quite funny. Half the glitches in Assassin's Creed games, they're normally extremely goofy. When you've got a game around parkour and assassinations, it's always going to be a goofy glitch somewhere. I know it doesn't find these glitches. But here's the funny thing. I mean, Kiki just brought up Syndicate, which reminds me of my conversation reply to her this morning. Kiki's apparently seen Syndicate glitches. I've played through Syndicate story twice now, and I've started the plat. I've not really seen many glitches in Syndicate, so I think it just may be play style. Flynn, welcome back, mate. A couple of people keep on adding me, guys, but nobody's actually letting me know who they are. So when you add me, put your username in and let me know you've added me. Because if someone adds me and doesn't tell me who they are, I'll just ignore it. So there's about 3 or 4 friend requests there. So you need to let me know who you are, because it could be someone who's banned from the channel adding me on a different account for all I know. So when you add me, let me know who you are, and I can accept it. But don't just be like, accept me. You know, there's multiple people on all the chats. First death of the game, what did you die to? Oh, zombie. But yeah, with the glitches, I think it just depends. I mean, the only glitches I've seen on Black Flag so far are getting glitched into coral, which if you didn't go under the water to get a chest, then you wouldn't know about that one. And then I had a mission glitch. Other than that, that is it. But other people have said they've had glitches that I've not seen. So it's one of them. In all honesty, I've never really had anything game breaking in a Ubisoft game. Most of the time, it is just a stupid glitch that I find funny. I added you Social 2, and I've been added by someone called Cost Puppy. Nice. There we go. So yeah, when you add me, guys, just let me know. I mean, there's 2 people here who have not let me know who they are, even after me addressing them. So that kind of sums it up. Prisma texture pack so good. Yeah, really good. And the fact you get actions built in is really good as well. Right. Thank you for the follow, no name. Cole and Kang, if you could read Dr. Ducky's message, he's going to give you the rules of the world. You need to follow them rules because if you don't, you get banned. So just give them a read. They're pretty simple, but you've been added, so you can now join. Gonna add you and not tell you, so you have to Sherlock Holmes this shit. Yeah, I mean, it's just funny. I mean, there's 2, like someone called Epic Dude and Tin Slinky. Yeah, again, I don't know who they are. Maybe Mr. Anime, welcome to the stream. How are you? I think mine is some copy being dodgy. I got it off Amazon. It's not an EU copy. Oh yeah, not an EU copy. That could be it, potentially. I wouldn't say it's because it's a dodgy copy. It's just that I know some Ubisoft games are region locked. Not a lot of them are, but some of them are. Like there's an EU copy. Then I think you have a Japanese one. There's a couple, but obviously different regions would have a different coding for it because of the DLC stuff as well. Because I know you can't transfer DLC either between the different copies, so the coding's obviously different as well. What's the purpose of region locking a game? I don't really know. I'm sure there is. I mean, well, some of it could be price. Some of it is price stuff. I think that is the main reason, really. I'm a sub. Cole, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate that. I think the main reason is price. Because if I buy a game from like Turkey or Argentina or somewhere like that, their currency isn't very good, so I can get the game for cheaper. But then the downside is then obviously I'm having to play in a different region and a different account region and all that. I know you can on things like certain sites buy accounts that you can add to your PlayStations and Xboxes, and you can share games with them, and then that's another cheaper way of doing it as well. I know they've got quite tight around the rules on how to do that though, so yeah, but I know it is possible. Sloth, welcome in. How are you? I'm sure there's some other reasons, but I do think the main reason is to do with cost. Because I know on Hot UK Deals before the rules got quite tight, you used to have a lot of posts about buy a game in a Turkey region account and save like 20 to 30 quid on a brand new game, which obviously a big deal on a game that just came out. I suppose in reality, if you were a player who didn't really care too much about region locked, and you just want to save a few pennies and play games, then having like different regioned accounts, I guess, is probably the way to go. Yeah, I didn't know it was until I tried selling it in game, so I assumed it was the case. Yeah. Yeah, Amazon, you have to be careful when buying games because some of them are not Amazon sellers. They're just people who sell on Amazon. I know I brought Lego Ninjago secondhand on Amazon. It was from a seller, which I wasn't too bothered about because I had it for free on PlayStation Plus Premium, but I like owning a game physical. And that was secondhand. But again, it was in like extremely good condition. Caleb, Red Dead fan, thanks for the likes on TikTok. Anime, if you want to join, my moderator can put the join message into the TikTok chat. Nice texture, thank you, says Prisma. But yeah, Kang and Cole, make sure you've read the rules, guys. Make sure you definitely read the rules before joining. Yes, done. I'm subbed. Yeah, I've already thanked you for the sub. I'll thank you again. There you go. But yeah, if you've read the stuff, that's good. Sloth, you can join as long as you are in the stream at the same time. Which, given the fact I've said that every time and you never are, I won't hold my breath. But You are more than welcome to join as long as you're in the stream at the same time. That rule's not going to change. You're in? Nice. Go back to the AC topic. On AC, I've actually needed all the Templar side stuff. Well, I think there might be more, but from what I have got so far, but the actual main story, I'm quite early on still. I never really did any of the Templar stuff back in the day. So I'm finding that a bit more enjoyable because a lot of it's new to me. Someone's added me here called Finn. Finn Wagon. Who is Finn Wagon? Alright, so there we go. Finn, I'm adding you now. Finn, just read the rules. There's going to be a message in the TikTok chat in a minute. They're the rules for the world. Saw Black Flag had the same copy too. Saw Black Flag had the same copy too. I want for Black Flag is that... Sorry, I saw Black Flag had the same too. The copy I want for Black Flag is out of stock at the moment, so I will get digital and then get physical when it's back. Nice. That message is missing so much full stops and commas. It's unreal, but we got there in the end. We did get there in the end. The grammar there was very... Well, was non-existent, actually. I was about to say it was very few and far between, but there actually was no grammar. Punctuation is important. It's very important as a streamer. I will try and read the message as it's sent. So if people don't put punctuation, I'm a bit like... Chances are I'll read your message wrong. Forgive me, it's fine. I am used to it. But it does make my life. I'm like trying to read. I'm like, that don't make any sense. I think I had to read your message 3 times before it made sense. What are your chords I don't go to? You don't need to know my chords. I'm miles away, mate. Nobody since February has came over to me accidentally. And even if somehow you manage to stumble across me accidentally, just walk on by. As in, literally, you see me? Carry on. Just don't come anywhere near. The good thing about my area is because I'm in the hills, you can see me from quite far away. So, as I said, it is literally impossible to accidentally come to me. The only way to come to me is if you intentionally attempt it. So that's how I know people can't come here accidentally. And as I said, even if somehow you did, just continue going on by. And ignore. You want to inform me of self-promotion. That's a new one. I wanted to inform you that I'm self-promoting right now. The Verity mod is a horror mod that has a helper that slowly turns into a monster. The helper is ball-shaped. The whole mod looks like it's from another game. Thank you. Someone has explained to me what this fucking Verity mod is. It's a horror mod. They'll explain why it's so bloody popular. Whenever someone's come in pretending to be Verity, they keep on saying they're a helper mod. Or a helper bot, whatever they keep calling themselves. So they just keep on getting the masters timed out because we don't want any helper bots in. Now it makes sense. So I assume the entire idea is they come in, try and help for a bit, and then they try and act scary or something like that. So it's a new troll. Thank you. I appreciate that explanation. Someone's actually now clarified what the fuck it is. I've been having Verities popping in for the best part of a month, I think. It feels like a month now. Maybe 3 weeks to a month. I'm watching your live stream on my iPad. Well, based on the fact you've said it's the chat and not the stream chat, I doubt that. It looks like horror mod 2 up. Yeah, so well, we now know what it is. So it's just people just pretending to be a horror mod. That makes a little bit more sense. It also explains why it's so popular. I'm glad someone's explained it. Guy deserves a crown on his head. Gift, thanks for the follow and welcome in. How are you? That was something. So when I get to Black Flag, would you suggest me doing Resynced or just playing the older one? For 60 quid, no. I wouldn't say Resynced, no. If you wait until Black Friday, which given the fact that you've only played AC2, so you've got AC1, you've got AC3, and to be fair, AC4 you don't need to continue there because it's not about Ezio. If you wait until Black Friday, I reckon it'd be 30 quid. Then I would say get Resynced. But I would say at the moment you do AC2, AC1, AC3, you finish off Ezio. Ref20, thanks to follow. And then I would say explore either Syndicate and Unity, which you've said you've already played Unity, so maybe skip both of them. And then maybe then go to the modern ones, like give Origins a go. If you really want to do boat stuff, then I would say do Odyssey, because it's a little bit more similar to Black Flag than Origins would be. I wouldn't advise Shadows, because I mean, you'd have to pay for it for a start, and I can't get into Shadows, so... That's what I'd say. Marshall, thanks to Rose. Valhalla is like, it's not really an AC game. It's a good Viking game. And it doesn't have a lot of boat stuff in comparison to the others. How come I should skip? Well, I didn't say skip. I didn't say you should skip. Sorry, I said you could skip them. So you've already played Unity. So you could just skip Unity and Syndicate. They're not necessarily linked, but in terms of... I'm trying to like do this for your own enjoyment of learning the franchise. So if you did AC2, 1, 3, whatever, do the Ezio stuff. Save Black Flag for when Resynced is a bit more of a reasonable price. If you do Syndicate and Unity, the only issue is it's not really the new modern stuff. Like it sort of is different to 1, 2, and 3, and it is. But like I think for you to get into Assassin's Creed, if you went and played like an Odyssey or an Origins, you would probably fall in love with the franchise. And then you could come back to Unity and Syndicate when you're doing Black Flag. And I feel like they would all like bounce off each other very well. I don't know if that's making sense. But if you did like 1, 2, 3, you went to Odyssey or Origins and then did both of them, get Black Flag whenever it's on sale for Black Friday, and then do Black Flag, Unity, and Syndicate, all three of them would bounce off each other very nicely because of some of the similarities in them in how they play. And then if you really, really are into the franchise, go and do Valhalla and Mirage. Once you've done it, search for a video of how they link, because you won't understand it. I didn't understand it. Most people didn't understand it. Watch a video, then it will make sense. And then if you really want to do the Japanese stuff, do Shadows. But in my opinion, that story isn't very good. So yeah, that's what I would say. Shadows on offer at the moment, but I mean, I will force myself to complete it because I will not be saying for the rest of my life I've completed every Assassin's Creed, but not Shadows. I will have to say I've done them all, but yeah, with Shadows, like there's so many better stories in the AC franchise. I have to agree, Brzndz Origins is what made me truly fall in love with the franchise. Yeah, that's basically what I was getting at. Like the Ezio collection, people will enjoy. This zombie's pissing me off. He's wrecking me farm. Like you, and obviously you are enjoying the Ezio collection, Caleb. So you definitely want to finish off the full story by doing AC 1 and 3. But for me, if I was advising someone to fall in love with a franchise, I would then do Origins or Odyssey. If you're really wanting something Black Flag-esque, then go to Odyssey because you'll have the ship action. There's a lot of similarities of upgrading the ship, how you attack people. There's a lot of underwater stuff. I mean, there's an entire Atlantis DLC if you really want to explore that. Whereas Origins, you know, Origins I wouldn't say is as close to Black Flag in the ship department. But Origins is still really nice. What's your take on Ace? See, I've not really touched on the Chronicles. The Chronicles, for me, I only played them once I really got into the franchise. That's why I've not mentioned them. I think if Caleb sat here and he really gets into the franchise, then go for them. Because I think most of them are part of Ubisoft Plus. But I think they could probably be avoided if necessary. I could get into them. Yeah, that's why I've not advised them. I think they're a very... I mean, I was very mixed on them. I didn't think they were bad. I didn't think they were great. They were just kind of all right. But I know some people who really love them, which I couldn't understand. And I know some people who really don't like them. So I was kind of mixed. So I don't know. That's why I've like not mentioned them, because I don't think it would be a good. I don't think it would sell anybody the game. I don't think anybody would play them and think, oh, I love the franchise. So they can definitely be avoided. See you later, anime. Well, I've got Ezio, Odyssey, Origins, Black Flag written down. So yeah, but that's the thing. So once you've done all the 3 of Ezio, don't go and skip 3 in 1 now. You like do the full Ezio stuff. I mean, you don't have to platinum everything, but do the full Ezio stuff. Learn, know the story. And then once you've done that, because you'll probably do that before Black Friday, I would have thought. Go and play Odyssey and Origins. I would say Odyssey. However, a lot of people love Origins more than Odyssey, which I started replaying Origins last year for a second time. I stopped because Shadows came out, and I have to admit I was enjoying Origins a lot more than I did on my first playthrough. So maybe once I've completed Origins, I might have a different take. But either one of them would make you fall in love with the franchise, I think, to the right person. But if you are wanting something Black Flag-esque, then I would say Odyssey more than Origins. So you could do either one of them. Ice, thanks for the follow. Whichever one you do the other one. So do them together. Unless you don't love the game, then don't. But do them together. And then I would say it's probably going to be Black Friday. Buy your Black Flag resynced, and then do Syndicate, then do Unity. They will all bounce off each other very well because they are similarly made, because they were similar time period. Stefan, thanks for the follow. And thank you for the heart me as well. I appreciate that. Once you've done them 3, if you sat there, Caleb, and you love the franchise, do Valhalla, do Shadows. If you really do. And if you really do the Chronicles as well. But at the moment, I don't think you're missing much by not doing Shadows. Valhalla is a good game, good Viking game, very good Viking game, but it's not a very good Assassin's Creed game. But it's still really fun to play, though. So, yeah. I don't know if you want me to write that down, but that's what I would do, because where you're at. Oh, yeah. Mirage. Well, that's the thing. Sorry, I always forget Mirage, because Mirage was meant to be a DLC. It wasn't meant to be a standalone game, but, won't get into that topic. I mentioned Mirage like 5 minutes ago. If you're doing Valhalla, do Mirage afterwards. Once you've done them both, search a video up of how they link. Because they do link, so you want to do Valhalla before Mirage. But you won't sit there and think, you won't know how they link. And that's not because you're stupid. They just don't link very obviously. Me and a lot of other people have to search up how they fully link. And it will make sense once you listen to a video that's like 5 to 10 minutes long. But they don't link very easily. Like, you'll sit there and be like, you'll understand some things, then you'll be like, eh? Like, some things just won't add up unless you actually search up the context in between. There are some people that claim to have understood it without videos, but I find that very hard to believe. There's a lot of questions I had after completing Mirage. I was like, great, how does that link to Valhalla at all? Like, I know the characters linked, but like, I was trying to think on a deeper level how they actually linked. Because other than the character featuring in both, it didn't really make much sense. Ezio, Odyssey, Origins, Black Flag, Sync, Unity, Valhalla, Mirage, Shadows. Yeah, that's what I would do. But honestly, what should happen is you'll complete Ezio. You'll probably think, oh, yeah, this is all right. It's pretty good. I like this. Or maybe you might fall in love with Ezio. But then you will load up to Origins and Odyssey. And as I've mentioned, it will probably make you fall in love with the franchise. And there's a lot of DLC I've skipped over there, because I would say DLC is one thing I lack of in the Assassin's Creed department. I own a lot of it now because me wants to play it. And at some point I'll be in a better position to really say which DLC is worth playing. I've heard things about DLCs, but as I don't tend to take other people's opinions... Well, sorry, as I tend to take other people's opinions with a pinch of salt, I won't say, but there's plenty of videos online reviewing DLCs if you are interested in a particular game's DLC. I know it's my first game, so it would be... But out of everything I've played of AC, I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, well, Ezio is just the Ezio. I've not really met anybody who says the Ezio collection is bad, like out of the games. I mean, some specific games, like not a lot of people like AC1 because AC1 was a start and the mechanics are quite old. And people debate whether AC2 is better than 3. And there's even some people who don't like sometimes either AC2 or AC3, which is fair enough. But for the most part, if you ask most Assassin's Creed players what they think of Ezio, the collective opinion is the Ezio story is either the best or it's one of the best. There may be specific things people don't like about the individual games, but the actual story itself, people will really love. So, yeah, for your first sets of games, if you did the Ezio collection, never played an AC game again, you know, you'd still be fine. Thomas APN, thanks to follow. But yeah, nobody's really. I've not met anybody who said the Ezio story is bad. People may criticize individual things about the game, which is totally valid and fair. But I've never seen anyone turn around and tell me the Ezio story is bad. So, you know, I've heard people not enjoy it as much as some other people, which is fair enough. But yeah, I'm yet to meet somebody who thinks it's bad. Ryan, I put 40 hours. Yeah, I'm surprised you've gone away from the plat in the first one. I've not really gone for any platinums on AC games until recent years. Because when I completed most of them when I was younger, so I just completed the story and that was it for me. Exploring I actually started doing because of Odyssey. It's another reason I love it. When I played Odyssey, I got a real interest in exploring, which now whenever I play a game, I just explore everything almost, unless I really don't like the game. So, with exploring, I've seen some of the trophies for the older Assassin's Creeds. I would say the Platinum runs look a bit more fun on the new ones. That's not to criticize the old ones, but I do feel like some of the trophies, by what I've read, in terms of what you've got to do, from memory, if I had to do a lot of them, it doesn't sound particularly that fun, but some of the more recent AC games do have quite fun trophies. Some of them are tedious though, but some of them are pretty good. I mean, there's one in Black Flag where they've resynced anyway. I don't know if this is in the original Black Flag because the trophies have changed in some aspects. But there is a trophy first sitting on a burning ship, like taking a seat on a burning ship. Some trophies like that I actually really enjoy. Not because they're easy, because it's not, because it's a rare chance to have a seat on a burning ship. But I think it's like 5%. But I love daft little trophies like that, which are just stupid, but stupid in a funny way. Some trophies can get in the bin, yeah. Mirage was a fun plat. Mirage took me 24 hours, and there wasn't really anything in that game I didn't enjoy from the Platinum run. APN, I'm doing good, thanks. How are you? And Mirage itself was actually a really good game, to be fair. It shouldn't have been a standalone game. It should have been a DLC, but it was a really good game. Trophies aren't too bad, just a lot of collectibles. That's how most of them are. Breezy, thanks for following, thanks for likes. Which is one thing, Caleb. With when you get to Mirage, you will it will remind you a lot of your earlier times playing the Ezio collection. Like Mirage kind of took the franchise back a few years, and that was the entire selling point of the game, to make it feel like a bit more of an older Assassin's Creed. But it's like added a modern twist on it in terms of like the mechanics, graphics, everything's kind of got a modern twist, and it works really well. The story, as I said, is a bit confusing if you try and link it to Valhalla. As a standalone story, it's pretty fine, but yeah, Mirage is quite. For me, I hold Mirage quite highly. The only thing that puts it mid-table for me is just because the story. The story's decent. It's just it doesn't really link with Valhalla that well, in my opinion. And that should be yeah. And even if like let's say it was a standalone game itself, the story's still lacking, even on itself. So it lacks on its own, and it also lacks when you link it to Valhalla. And that's the only thing I'd say is a big criticism. Some people say they could do a bit more of the open world, which I would tend to agree for a standalone title, but equally it's in a desert, so I don't really know what you'd want. You know, they can't fill up every nook and cranny. I see people criticize Valhalla's open world, and that makes me pissed as well. I'm like, it's a game based on mostly England in the, I think it's the 8th or 9th century. Most of it was just fields, mate. Well, if they started putting random cities or towns in like places that aren't cities or towns or villages or whatever, then you're just going to complain it's not realistic. So I never understand that either, because I know a lot of people complain about Valhalla as a lot of empty space. I never understand that complaint, because it was realistic. You know, most of England was empty at that time period. That's how I feel over Mars Morales. That's a DLC length game, but blinking. Well, I don't know if that was actually made to be a DLC though. I don't know much about the Marvel games, but Mirage was meant to be a DLC. It was literally sold as a DLC, but they made it into a standalone game. It was a bit like what Activision pulled with COD a few years ago. It was like, oh, we're gonna bring out a COD for 2 years, but there'll be a DLC halfway, and they're like, no, we're gonna bring out another game instead. That's pretty much what Ubisoft pulled with Mirage and Valhalla. The only defense I've got of it is I've not played all of the Valhalla DLC, but my only thing on it is I don't think the other Valhalla DLC would be linking to Mirage. It's very different. So I think maybe being on standalone is probably the right decision in some ways, but I don't know. It rubbed me up the wrong way when I heard about it. Has one of the best intros, though, I'd say, to the menus. In fact, I'd probably say it is the best intro. So I started at 2 because the plats were on 2. See, I was a bit confused when you started at 2. I won't like it. I'd have gone AC 1, 2, and 3. Because you don't want to just play the game for platinums, because then you won't actually fall in love with the actual game. I'm not surprised that 1 doesn't have trophies, though, if that's what you're saying. But yeah, I would do... I'm not really sure how the story will play now for you, but I would do I would do 1, 2, and then, well, you've already done 2, but do 1 after 2, and then do 3. So then you actually finish the finale like in order, I guess. But with the other stuff, when you're talking about Freedom Cry, Revelations, etc., there's a few others. I wouldn't worry about them too much now. I know at the moment, I know a lot of people really do love them, and they are good in their own ways, but I would just focus on mainstream titles, if I'm honest with you. The other titles are the people who really love the franchise, and I know you're starting to love it, but I think if you did 1, 2, 3, and then got to the Odyssey and Origins, it long term would be better for your interest in the franchise. With how 2 started, I assume. Well, I know there's also some people who have not played it in linear order, kind of. So I don't think it's too bad, but I would have done it like that. Is what I'm saying. I would have went 1, 2, 3, just because it just makes a bit more sense in terms of. Even if like you look at it from a perspective of any game, where like you can sometimes join a game or a film mid-release and it says you don't have to watch the last thing or play the last thing because like it will all make sense anyway. I always feel like you always want to start where you should start. I don't really think it's that big of a deal for you, but I would have done it that way personally. If I search it up, because I don't think you do. I think you'd play 1 before 2 if you really wanted to have full context for everything, which is why I would do that. Yeah, it says you don't. But for me, I would have. But it says you don't. So I mean, if you really don't want to play 1, then I guess go to 3. But I would have done 1 before 2 personally. I mean, I've not played them in years, but I would have. I don't think it was a DLC game officially, but could be wrong. What, Mars Morales? Yeah, because I think Mars Morales is like somewhat different in the Spider-Verse, isn't he? So I guess that wouldn't really work as a DLC. I wasn't too bothered about that length, if I'm honest with you, though. I didn't come from that game thinking it was a DLC, or felt like one. But I'm not really that interested in Marvel, so maybe that might be why. But yeah, I didn't complete that game and think, you know, oh, that should have been, that felt like a bit of a DLC. Maybe if I played Spider-Man 1 first, maybe I might have thought that, maybe, I don't know. But I thought the Mars Morales, the standalone title, was alright. Mirage as a standalone title was alright, by the way, as well. I just didn't really agree with the fact they were, you know, it was going to be a DLC and then it went to a mainstream title. I always think that's, it seems like such a cash cow when companies do that. Just staying on the path of my own story is good. Yeah, so yeah, if you want to do that, then do that. But I would have gone for 1. So when you're saying it's only on PS3, is it not part of the Ezio Collection game? Because the Ezio Collection thing, I'm not sure how recent it is, but when I was playing Assassin's Creed, it wasn't like you could just load up an Ezio Collection. Astro, welcome in. How are you? No, apparently not. Oh, okay, fair enough. I mean, it's not that surprising that I don't know, because I've not loaded up Ezio Collection, so I wouldn't know. But I honestly thought it would just be pretty much the entire start of the franchise was all included. So what is actually included in it? I thought it was just 1, 2, and 3, and that was it. Contains 2... Oh, it contains Brotherhood... Oh, so that's why you mentioned Brotherhood and Revelations. I thought it just contained 2, 3, and then I swear Brotherhood and Revelations were standalone on PlayStation Store. I completely misinterpreted how they remastered that. As I said, I have not played the Ezio Collection, so I'm not like looking at it like, oh, I should have known that, because it's not like something I would know. But I honestly thought the Ezio Collection was just 1, 2, 3, and then they had Revelations and Brotherhood in. Yeah, I thought they had Revelation and Brotherhood separate. Maybe they did at one point. I have it installed, but yeah, I've not loaded it up. Then I would say if it's included in that. The thing is, I mean, even that, I still think you can skip Brotherhood and Revelations if you're skipping 1. But yeah, they're not standalone anymore. Fair enough. I swear they were standalone at some point. I'm prepared to put money on the line at some point they were standalone. But yeah, clearly not anymore. When I say standalone, in terms of like you could download them as their own package. Because I swear a Freedom Cry, there isn't like a Black Flag and Freedom Cry as a download together, is there? No, there isn't. Freedom Cry is just a separate one. They most likely were, yeah. Maybe that's where I'm thinking that they that it was just 1, 2, and 3. That's a bit disappointing actually that you can't play 1 on here then. Because obviously I've always said at some point I'd like to go back and have all the Assassin's Creeds on this account, like platinumed. I'm not that surprised you can't platinum AC1, but it would have been nice to go like AC1, 2, 3, etc. So, but a bit disappointed actually. It's kind of like, I wouldn't say like it's ruined anything for me, because it's not like tomorrow I was planning to do AC1, but I like to have, you know, had that as an ability to play on here. I know it's like old and stuff, but like, I wouldn't complain about playing it. Don't trust whatever you recommend. No. If it includes, if you can't play one, then I guess you could put the time on one to Brotherhood and Revelations. Brotherhood's really good. Revelations, I don't hold as highly as other people personally. But Brotherhood's decent. But Black Flag Unity, another game, are in the bundle too. Oh, okay. Well, that's not that surprising either, because I mean, I've said to Caleb, if you play Black Flag Unity and Syndicate all around the same time, they'll all bounce off each other very well. Not because the stories necessarily link, it's just because they are very similar in terms of gameplay. How much these I got? But yeah, honestly, with most of the Assassin's Creed, I think you could play them in any order. Like, it's a bit like when I mentioned just then about Fillmore game when they say you don't have to play the one before because you'll understand anyway. But I don't think it's a big deal. But I think if I was trying to sell someone the franchise, I wouldn't go and say skip certain things if they're linked. How big is your farm? Massive, mate. Too bloody big. Too bloody big. I think Kai did something similar to you. He didn't start with 2 though. He went for 3, which I remember at the time thinking that was very bizarre as well. He was like, I platinum 3, and I'm like, and he'd never played it before, and I was like, oh, okay. Which I thought that was very strange. I forgot the other game. Oh, is Syndicate not part of that bundle then? Josh likes follow. Black Flag Unity. It's probably is like Stream Cry separate as well. I don't know. I don't know what these bundles are. It's just easier if they keep them fucking separate, mate. Then I know what. Then you know what you've got downloaded. Well, I mean, I have everything that's in the Assassin's Creed Ubisoft thing installed now. So, I don't think I have the Chronicles fully, but yeah, who gives a shit. But anything that I saw had AC in, Mirage, Valhalla, Black Flag, and then if you go down here, we've got everything else. I mean, there's so much Black Flags on it. I've got the fucking original Black Flag. I've got Freedom Cry, and I've got the fucking new one. Yeah, it was 3, because he played the specific remaster. Because that's a weird one. The Ezio Collection's remastered it, and there's also 3's got a solo remaster. I don't know. Ubisoft doing Ubisoft things, mate. No, I don't fucking know. I just remember playing like most of these games on the 360. So, or on the Xbox and stuff. So, and that was like years ago when I was a kid. So for me, they were standalone. Maybe when I play the new ones, I might change. I say new ones, the remasters of everything. I may change my rankings. There is potential for that. Oh, I'll tell you one we've been overlooking. I've not mentioned it at all. Rogue. Rogue's pretty decent. Rogue gets a lot of unfair hate. Really gets a lot of unfair hate. I actually enjoyed Rogue. I even started playing it last year before Shadows came out and before I started replaying Origins. Scares up here. Obviously, that's not a stand. Well, it is a standalone download, but it's not a standalone game. But Rogue is decent. Do I need to play 3? It's up to you. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could do. If it depends what you want to do, really. I think you're gonna crash out. You keep on dying on nine. You could do your 2, do Brotherhood and Revelations because we haven't got 1 apparently, and then do 3. After you've done that, then obviously I look at Origins and Odyssey. That's what I'd say. Not been on Wired too much. Well, Burger Potato, welcome in. How are you doing, mate? Yeah, you can get Freedom Cry as an add-on for Black Flag, but that's as far as it goes. Yeah, I know I've got that individually installed. Just went to PS Store and found a list of all the games you can get on offer. They keep an eye on loads on my wish list. I keep on getting. My phone was going berserk yesterday at random times. I'm not sure if it was just delayed or they actually were just bringing out offers throughout the day, but throughout the day, randomly I kept getting notifications about an offer. And normally it's like all at the start of the day because they normally just put games on offer. But this just kept on constantly notifying me as if they were bringing out offers throughout the day. But to be fair, I'd say it was getting on me tits by 6 p.m. So I don't know if the app was just delayed or they were just bringing out offers randomly throughout the day. The only thing that makes me think it was glitched is I saw Power World was on the offer the other day. And then it notified me yesterday about Power World. And then today, this morning, I checked, is the offer any different? But no, it was the same £17.49. So I didn't know why it notified me twice. Just working on some projects. Nice. I'm thinking of trying Power World. I'm like sort of reluctant. Like I know they have had the new 1.0 update and it's doing some hell of numbers. I am tempted to like see what the crack's about. I also feel a little bit bad for them because Nintendo decides to try and sue them. I don't know how that's going, but yeah, I like Nintendo, but I understand why they're suing them. But I also think at the end of the day, people won't play Power World if they were happy with Pokemon, and there's nothing wrong with a bit of friendly competition. So it's why when we had that AC game come out last year, it was doing quite well. I think it was like Winter Tales, or something like that. I didn't play it, but I remember that was doing quite well. I was quite happy to see another game actually attempt to try to do something similar. Because it just means that the main company has to actually, do something instead of just bringing out slop. So I actually like it when there's a bit of healthy competition. I really like your shaders. Justine, it's Prisma, if you're interested. Sometimes I get double notifications once I close a game I'm playing, and then my phone starts pinging again. I've never really had it. I've only had it this once where it's happened. And I plant the rest of these seeds, and I'm going to call it a day there, I think. Just because I want to finish off the video, which we've only got a few minor things anyway, but finish that off. And then there'll be the video out later on today. I might do a 3 p.m. release of this. Normally I'd do 4 p.m. because normally that's when I finish. But the video after an hour, mainly just rechecking the video, see if I missed anything. Sometimes get a double overread that one. I'm reading that again. I mean, what is the name of your shaders? I've just said it's Prisma Visuals. That is the name. It's Prisma Visuals. There isn't. Yeah, that's it. There's not much more to it than that. That is the end of the yeah. I always think like some people ask me a question, they think the answer's more complicated than it actually is. Sometimes it is just, that is the answer. I'll subscribe to you. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that. Let's make sure we're not missing one there. Yeah, Nintendo's hella old. To my knowledge, I'm pretty sure it started off as a card company, I think. Something like that. I know a lot of Nintendo's history is nothing to do with creating video games or video game consoles. It's very interesting, the backstory of Nintendo. Yeah, it did. Yeah, I thought so. Very, very fascinating history. Oops. Definitely should have took a bit more time terraforming this area. But it's not too bad. Legit legend, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that, mate. break that. No, we'll just bet them. Right, there we go. That's what we'll call it today, I think. It's been a pretty decent stream. Obviously, it's 11 a.m. It always gets quiet around 11 a.m. And then gets busy if I stream till 12 and 1. I should be back tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. for a bonus stream. Obviously, that'd be variety. Unless I really want to play Minecraft, but it should be variety. And then I'm back on Saturday. But it's nice to see that this farm is done. It's crazy how long the farm takes, to be fair. I've done 2.5 hour, 2 hour, 40-minute progress, and I'm still not at the top. Right. Have a good afternoon. There should be a video out at 3 p.m, I think. I think I will go out at 3 p.m. We'll try, well, we'll see if anything happens different for a start, and no point waiting until 4 p.m. if it's ready. But yeah, it should be quite good. Give me a bit of a nostalgic video in a way if you played Legacy console anyway. Thanks for the support on YouTube. Been really good on YouTube today. Exceptionally busy for a weekday. Even TikTok's been pretty decent. But yeah, tomorrow 6 p.m. and then Minecraft will be 8:30 a.m. on Saturday. I may do Minecraft tomorrow night, but it's not. I'll normally do variety in the evenings. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for letting me join. No worries. Have a good day, guys, and I will see you later. I'll run some credits for those on Twitch. Lumi.